Check, check. Hi, bestiess. It's been a while, but I want to share my biggest achievement that I experienced last month on May 31st, 2025. I hit 1K followers on Instagram, and it's a big, big, big deal to me. And I'm going to tell you why. I celebrated it for the entire week, as I should, because God knows how long I have been wanting to hit this milestone. As you can see, I also have it on my cupboard, and it's gonna stay there for a long time, by which I mean till the gas in the balloon runs out. But yeah, I'm so happy. Honestly, it's not about the number. This is something I even covered on my Instagram stories the week that I hit it. I'm so proud of myself. And it's not about the number in the sense that it's not about the fact that I got the 1,000 followers, but it's about the fact that it changed me. Like the journey of reaching that milestone has changed me so much as a person. I remember when I first started taking content seriously in August of last year, I had just quit my full time job. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give content creation a shot and build my personal brand because that is seriously currency in today's day and age. And I remember being so doubtful about it in the beginning. Like it was fun, but then the fun quickly evaporated when I started getting tied up with all the analytics and the metrics and like my reach and engagement and saves and shares. And I had mental breakdowns over it not hitting the numbers that I thought it should. And so there was so much of self-doubt that was involved in my journey at one point, and I have broken down about this to my best friends multiple times. Like it's not even funny. And it was tough because content creation largely is a business, and a lot of people do it to earn an income, and that is also what I'm looking at some point of time to do consistently, but it takes time. I read this one quote by a creator that I follow, John Yu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. But he had commented on one of his posts in reply to someone else's comment saying that a personal brand is the worst short term investment and the best long term investment. And what that really means is that it's gonna test the crap out of you when you first begin, but it starts to pay off eventually when you keep at it, when you consistently keep showing up, when you consistently keep breaking the barriers of perfection and letting yourself experiment and creatively express yourself online. So in my initial stages of creating content, I used to follow this template or feel the need to follow this template or the certain standard that was always already set by people already playing the game, which was like, you know what, I'm gonna follow all the trending audios, I'm gonna like add descriptive caption, hashtag keywords, focus on my engagement, focus on my reach, like stress out about the number of views, the number of shares, the number of likes, and all of that. And when I tell you, it burnt me out. It really freaking did. And I started to feel very dissatisfied with the content that I was putting out because it didn't feel like me. I didn't want to be this creator who posts every single day with no meaning or intention. And more importantly, I didn't want to be someone who creates content that I myself do not like. Like, I'm the kind of person that it doesn't matter to me if like 500 other people like what I do, but if I don't like what I do, then it means that I haven't done anything. Versus if I've done something and then nobody else claps for me, I'm totally fine with that. But it's really important to me that I like what I do. And that was when I started changing my approach. Like from Jan onwards, I didn't force myself to post every day. Like in December, I remember I did this 30-day reel challenge and I posted 24 pieces of content, but that was also the most burnt out I felt. I was literally on vacation in Bali at that point of time, and I was still posting content because I wanted to keep up with the commitment that I'd made to posting every day, but it really did not help. So from Jan onwards, I started posting lesser and lesser pieces of content, but every piece that I was putting had intention backing it. And literally in April and May, like the last 2 months, I've only posted, I think, like 7 or 8 pieces of content. And it's the happiest that I've felt online. And honestly, it's also the most amount of engagement that I've gotten. Like, if you see the number of shares and saves I get on my content, which is what people say like matters the most, like that is what decides like how the algorithm is going to favor you and all of that on the technical aspect of things. It is phenomenal because earlier I used to send all of my stuff to my friends for them to like save and share, and I used to like crash out when they wouldn't. But then I was like, you know what, also they're not responsible for my content doing well or not. Like the onus shouldn't be on my friends to constantly support me every single day. They do everything they can in their capacity, but it was unfair of me to place the expectation onto them to like show up every single day. It was not like that was not for them to do. So when I let go of that, when I stopped putting the pressure both on myself as well as my close circle of friends, things actually started picking up. Like May is literally the least I've interacted on my reels, but that is when I hit my 1K. And instead, I started focusing a lot more on my story engagement, because on my stories, I yap a lot. I talk about random topics, I talk about relationships, I talk about politics, I talk about my interests. And this is where my community actively gets to see me on a daily basis, and my story count has started skyrocketing. Like I have a 40% viewership on my stories, which is incredible. And this I'm saying on a daily basis, which means that people actually see some value and actually want to listen to me, and that retains the community that I've built on my Instagram. So yeah, from the outside, like to a lot of people, it doesn't look like 1K is a big number, because there's so many creators who hit that number overnight, or they have one reel that goes really viral and they end up reaching that number like within days. And I'm really happy for them. I feel like different formulas work for different people, and I was very clear on the fact that I want to be able to reach these milestones at a capacity that I am able to handle, and in the fashion that I crave. Like, it isn't my integrity to post content when I feel like it, when I actually feel called to it, and I need my content to have intention behind it and reflect the kind of person that I am even offline, and not always perform for it. So, and that was a big risk, right? Because I had no idea of knowing how it would pay off, because you have all of these ads and Instagram gurus telling you like, no, you have to follow a kind of strategy for you to hit those milestones. And I chose to discard all of that after having tried it and failed at it, and listen to what I really felt, and looks like it paid off. So yeah, this is a really big moment for me, because it's one of those achievements in my life where I have wholeheartedly risked it to listen to my own intuition, to listen to what I genuinely think would work for me, and choose to ignore or choose to, override all of the other voices that were telling me to do things differently. And the fact that it did pay off, the fact that I was rewarded, means so much to me, which is why I feel like I've earned this. There's no part of me that's trying to push this achievement away. There's no part of me that's like, oh my God, no, I don't deserve it. No, I deserve this. Like, I feel so worthy and deserving of this, because I acted in my own integrity. And that's what this means to me. Like, if I reached 10K followers without having listened to my integrity, I would not feel the same way. But the fact that I do with just 1,000 followers goes to show that it's really not about the number. It's about the value system that I have for myself and operating from it. And it's a similar approach I take to YouTube. Like, I know that a lot of people may not like or enjoy, some watching someone just yap away constantly without any hooks, without any editing. And honestly, that's not even my intention for this space. My intention on YouTube is to decompress for myself and also for my viewers. I want people to watch it and just, have a relaxed feeling, like not feel like they're missing out on things, not feel like they're doing nothing with their life, because that's not a nice feeling to have when you're constantly told by media around you that, hey, you're not doing this enough, or hey, you don't, like, you have to buck up over here. Like, no, I want to be that kind of creator that is warm, that is welcoming, that holds you accountable and also inspires you in some measure, but largely feels like a safe space. Like, I want people to be able to see my content and be able to breathe and relax. That's what I'm trying to emulate. So yes, happy 1K to me. And I know that a lot of my Instagram family is also on YouTube. So thank you so much for all of your continued support. I'm so happy to have more than 100 subscribers over here. And I'm absolutely loving making the content that I do. And it means so much to me to see every view, every like, every comment. I don't care if it's just one of each, it still means the world to me. It's never about the numbers, it's about the quality, and it's about how I feel creating the content that I do. So thank you so much for always supporting me. And if you like what you see, feel free to follow, like, save, share, subscribe, comment, whatever is your drift. No pressure. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Take care.